We are going to dig into the masking of key attributes of a photo that you'd like to edit, more or less. In this case, we're going to attempt to mask out the lips. That way we can manipulate either the lips or the rest of the photo in any which way that we'd like. So, what we're going to do is select the foreground, and let's highlight the lips as easy as possible. So what we want is to sort of hit a little extra. I'm doing it quick and dirty, and this will become apparent. So what we're going to do now is remove the rest of the photo to only leave the lips in the foreground and the rest in the background. I think using the regular eraser actually works better. Alright, that's gone. Let's deselect this. You're going to have to click any selection tool to deselect it. Now we have that there. That looks sort of funny, but that's fine. We can bring back the background photo. You can make a quick adjustment. Alright, we want black and white. Pop. But we don't want it that high. We want it to be in between there and there. Alright, so now that we have this, let's go back to the eraser. Let's make it a good size. Let's make the hardness pretty low. And let's begin to isolate, this foreground layer. Make sure the foreground layer is selected, because if you have the black and white layer selected, you're going to remove the black and white, and that's not what you want. You want to start removing the color here. So we want to just leave the lips as isolated as we can. Oh, one thing to note here is that I have the hardness all the way at 0 to give it a nice feather, so the transition is a lot smoother between the foreground layer and the background layer. So if you notice, I sort of made a little mistake here. I kind of left a bit of gray on the outside, but that's okay. What we're gonna do is go here, and we're gonna paint this out. Oops, wrong color. I want black, right? Sort of match that background. Maybe that background isn't completely black. Let's match it. Let's go here. Let's make the hardness pretty low. There we go. Big issue here. This is a little too sharp. So to fix this, select this here. It's even smaller, and smooth out some of those edges. I could have just reselected the mask and done it that way too. But fine, there we go. We have a little bit, we have a color, right? Something that's a weird like more what we're trying to go for is like a natural fade, right? Between the color and the black and white. So what we can do now is actually take advantage of this here. You know what? Maybe an adjustment to the image. Make sure the background copy selected, and then we can change the hue and saturation. So we can saturate it. Right, give that real deep red look to really contrast with the back. You know, putting it all the way down would ultimately just make it match the before, but we have a lot of power here. Right, look at this. Obviously some of these colors look a bit unnatural, but that's why we would just bring it back down. We bring the saturation down, I mean, to sort of give it a more realistic look here. So, you know, depending on what you're going for. The lightness, if you see, I wouldn't really recommend changing because you'll get a lot of artifacting as you see. So let's reset that. And just go back to the hue. Alright. Go back to center, just sort of to get the original color. That's fine. And let's make it stand out a bit. Not too crazy. That's really it.